Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. I, of course, am your host, Charlie, and I'm joined once again by the prolific comer himself, Zealeus. Okay, actually talk.
You just said I wasn't allowed to talk.
I said unless I'm talking to you, which I am introducing
It's
you.
very hard to differentiate between you talking to me and just talking in general. They're usually like one and the same.
You would think. You would think.
Yeah, I think that they are one and the same. Hi, wonderful people of the world.
Right?
Are you alright?
Yeah.
Are you about to punch me in the face?
No.
Okay, I worry.
Right.
Gotta have that look. I get that a lot. I get the look a lot. It's a normal state of being for some of us.
So, anywho, many of you might have noticed that there's been a lack of Charlie on the internet.
No!
There is a simple reason for that.
How simple can it be?
My wife had a baby on Friday.
There's nothing simple about that, yo.
Was it? The reason why I was not there is that there's a new baby.
Yeah.
Hello, Nudge the puppy.
Puppies.
Anywho, so yes, so there hasn't been a lot of research for this episode, so I apologize because I literally had a to-do list to get all the stuff that I wanted to do for this evening, and then I ended up putting a toilet seat and trying to change out the faucet fixtures in my house. So
on the bright side, we have Mountain Dew.
Thank you. Yes, Mountain Dew.
Saving Charlie's soul one night at a time.
Indeed. It's so delicious.
He's a dad twice over. It's very scary.
Second kid.
I don't know how he does it. I don't know. I don't know how he's still a dad. It's amazing.
Do I need to explain the birds and the bees to you? It would be really awkward.
I was told about the ostrich. I don't know what you're talking about with the birds and the bees.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let us get into a little bit of something that I like to call, don't forget the Doritos.
Yeah, the stereotype of being a nerd with the Mountain Dew.
Yes. No, I don't like Doritos.
What kind of chips do you like?
That's a good question.
You're not really a chip person, is what you're saying.
No, I mean, like, I would say that I like, some Pringles.
What about Pirate Booty?
Oh, I love me some Pirate
Booty. We can all deal with Pirate Booty.
I love me some Pirate Booty.
All right, there we go. I need some for tomorrow.
Yes, that's the puppy. I have two children. I have one that's almost 3 years old and one that is almost a week old.
Ladies and gentlemen, this man is raising the future of our world. It's a scary world to live in.
No.
He can rant and rave all he wants about society today and those damn parents. He is one of those damn parents.
See, here's the thing, though. I'm going to be one of those parents who gives a shit and actually pays attention to what my child does.
But doesn't every parent think that they do?
No. Well, yeah, okay, yes. They think.
Exactly. So how are you going to know if you actually are versus just thinking you're another one of those damn parents that I complain about in the staff lounge?
Because I'm already actively... Yeah. Hello? I'm actively trying to introduce them to video games. Well, okay, so my son is old enough to start to appreciate video games. The baby...
a little bit young, maybe.
He's enjoying
a little...
Okay, so here... no, he hasn't even figured that one out yet.
Oh,
but
the Mobius.
I will totally admit that I have been playing games on my tablet while the baby sleeps on my chest. So perhaps...
Center.
Oh, for the love of God, dude. Shut up. I don't care.
You're the OCD one in the group.
I know, and I don't care.
Weird.
At this point, I don't care. I'm not.
Something is off kilter, ladies and gentlemen. Charlie does not care about something OCD.
I'm tired, okay?
Whatever, man. Go drink more Mountain Dew. Chug.
No, I don't chug Mountain Dew. I don't chug anything.
That's disappointing.
I mean, I could chug a beer, but then it's over. I can only chug once. It's like that. Oh no, whatever. Anyways,
what if you do it again for the first time?
My kids' names are Brody and Finn.
Okay, where does Finn come from? I assume it's not Huck Finn.
Nope.
Okay, good. Because that'd be weird.
No, ironically, he is it's a name from, like, Irish mythology.
Okay.
So I know this is not really gaming, but really quick. So my wife and I, we didn't know what if we were gonna have a boy or girl. We came up with 2 names for each. When we saw Finn, neither of the 2 names that we picked out for the boys fit, so we chose Finn.
I'm saying there's one name you could have picked above all others.
It's not John. It's not Zealeus. No.
I understand. You already named one child after yourself. What's wrong with naming one after your friend? I'm just saying.
Adventure. Oh shit, that's right. Finn from Adventure Time. Good catch. Good catch. See, it's all. Actually, I'm gonna be totally honest.
It's supplemental.
No, okay. So if you want to talk supplemental, it's 2-factor. Okay. There's 2 things that have had a character named Finn. Unfortunately, it's not Adventure Time. I've not watched Adventure Time in a while, but my son really likes Pixar movies, so we watch a lot of Cars 2, where one of the characters, his name is Finn McMissile.
Okay.
And the other one, which I am going through serious withdrawal. It's been days since I've watched basically the entire series of the Guild, because apparently that's just my thing to do. I just have the Guild. I have the Guild playing on in the background, and one of the characters, his name is Simon, which is well, actually, okay. So one of the name's characters is Blades, but his real name is Simon, which is ironic because Simon was one of the 2 boy names that we had picked, but Finn didn't look like Simon. But here comes the twist: Blades, who in real life is Simon, has a hidden modeling career under the name Finn Smulders. Wow. So, boom. So that probably heavily influenced my choice for names. Anyways.
Named after an alter ego from a television show you watch. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just checking.
So, I've just started to, basically get back into the gaming thing. I noticed this amazing game that I want to show you the trailer for. And I'm going to be totally honest with you. I don't know how this is going to go because I haven't preset it up.
Ooh.
So hold on to your pantyhose because this could be very interesting.
What if I don't have pantyhose?
Well, then you're just SOL, my friend.
Oh, no.
All right. I think it's... Or...
Oh, whoa.
Yay.
That does not look right, yo.
Nope, that does not look right at all.
It's a film strip.
Awesome. The freaking... That's okay.
YouTube it. To the YouTube.
Well, that's where it's going to come from anyway, so... Nope. Great.
Do you want to add trailer?
There it is. It's League of Geeks.
Yeah, okay.
We'll do launch trailer. Go to mementos. Changing over here. Not too bad. I'm just going to change this up for a second. Not media file.
Whoa.
Screen region. So we'll just drop this one back down here, turn Bob off, and then...
What about Bob?
And of course, Zealeus is not going to be able to hear it. Unless you want to hear it and then I don't hear it.
Have you watched it before?
Yes.
And I'm watching.
Alright, well, here you go, Zealeus. You tell me what you think. Ready, set, play.
League of Geeks with a dripping sword.
Is it too loud for the audience?
It's good to me right now. But it's not really doing a whole lot. A kingdom in ruins. It looks like an anime. It's Stormwind.
This is good.
Well, I want the soundtrack now.
So
The audio is pretty dang awesome.
Yeah. So the game's called Armillo. It literally just came out on the Steam September 1st, and it looks amazing.
It does look pretty dang cool.
But it literally covers the gamut. It's on Steam, it's on Windows, it's on Apple, it's on Linux, and it's on the PlayStation 4. So Alter Confusion, of course, has asked for a review copy of that, but I'm not really holding my breath. I would love to review this game, but I don't know if Alter Confusion has got enough oomph to do that. So we shall see. What the hell? I'm going to set something else up for us for just a second. Okay, anyways, back to
reality.
Back to reality. Okay, Andrew, in the on the topic of con tickets, because we've had so many issues with basically people being able to leave comments and stuff, we're going to extend it. Unfortunately, one of the prizes has already been called for. I can't tell you which one it is because I'm still waiting on a response from the winner.
Didn't help that our Squarespace went down for a day.
Yes, it did. It definitely
That's our
did not
host, the
help.
Squaresoft, or not Squaresoft.
Squarespace.
And I was like, oh no, it's down. And then you go to Twitter and everything's down. The world was coming to an end, man.
So, I do want to bring up one thing. Alter Confusion, of course, is a huge proponent for Extra Life, which is the 24-hour game-a-thon.
Is it coming soon?
It is coming, I will tell, it's in November, I believe, which means that I should have started like campaigning like a shit ton ago, and I, of course, clicked the wrong thing.
No.
It's Extra Dash Life.
I'd never actually type in URLs. Just Google it.
Oh, my God. It feels so weird just to Google.
Who types in URLs?
I do. It is
November 7th.
November 7th.
There you go.
So I'm going to have to go on an aggressive campaign to start raising some funds for charities or whatever, or whatnot, not whatever. The one thing I can tell you is that Alter Confusion always plays for the what's the matter, Nudge the puppy? We always play for Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
And which means I'll probably be bringing over my computer, my desktop, to partake in some gaming. So I hope to figure out a game around that time. Last time I played Star Wars Delivery for probably about 20 hours, and then I called it a night. I guess it was a morning at that point.
Did you really last for 20 hours?
That was a pretty long time.
Sorry, Nudge the puppy.
Stab the air.
Stab the air.
Yes.
Or
a pillow. That's not real.
Yeah.
A fake pillow.
Yes. Internalize the stabbing.
And then do what I do and drink lemonade.
Yes.
Sorry, I can't draw a stick figure straight, so I was always that kid in art who was failing in like 6th grade.
You know what's always funny? I always had that non-art teacher who every single time they asked for a creative project, decimated my grade because I wasn't artistic enough for that project.
Which is dumb, because if you're in a non-art class and you're doing something creative, why are you grading a student's work based on their artistic ability when it's not actually a art class? I've always found that absolutely asinine. Yes. Now, it comes from having worked in education. It's like, why? You know, you have rubrics of, do you cover the content and stuff, but not everybody has artistic ability, but you're still supposed to be creative about it.
So, one of the topics that an individual approached me about, talking about on the show, and unfortunately I will not have it on the prompter because, like I said, I did not have a chance to do anything, is shading. That I definitely cannot do. Go to alterconfusion.com, go to the comic section, and notice there is no shading whatsoever through the 400 comics I drew. Okay, so the question that that I was asked to bring up on this talk or the show is, what is an acceptable amount of time for grinding in a microtransaction game? Okay,
Interesting.
so I asked the audience, what do you think is an acceptable amount of time for grinding in a microtransaction game? So let me give a little bit of background. So a microtransaction game, of course, is a game where a lot of people, it may be more on the side of pay to win, but definitely microtransactions give you an advantage, give you items faster, the in-game special currency so you can do more. So what do you think, Zealeus?
I think it depends on the type of grinding, where some games, what they do, it seems like what they do in terms of the timing of grinding is they escalate how long it takes to do something. So say, for instance, take like the Farm Village type of games.
Okay.
You know, when you start out, you can build something, boom, 30 seconds it's done. Then it takes a minute, and then it takes 4 minutes, and then it takes 10 minutes, and then so on and so forth. For me, in those type of games, it seems like when it gets to be more than about 10 minutes, I just stop caring.
Right.
Like for me, in one of those type of microtransaction games, if I can't check back, like basically during the commercial break, and it's no longer ready for me to do something, I just kind of stop caring. So that's kind of my attention span. Would kind of be about that length of a television show before, like in
21
between
minutes.
in between commercial breaks. So
Okay,
like
gotcha,
8
gotcha.
minutes.
Okay, so okay.
Or the length of a bathroom break. So that's kind of about my length, but as far as actual grinding goes, it just kind of depends on the game. Like if we're talking like, you know, MMO type of grinding. In that case, it depends on how ridiculous they make it, because a lot of them, it seems like grinding, you can grind all you want, but you're still not going to be able to unlock all the goodies that you could through the microtransaction process, because it's stuff like gems. Like you might have to get all the gold points you want, but sorry, you cannot unlock the gems through grinding. And that also usually turns me off too. So, and you know, the grinding is kind of like whatever. It's just like any game. It's also how much does the grinding still keep my attention. Kind of like the MMO. Some games do, some don't. So there's really no set length. It's really, can that grinding? Some games, grinding 5 minutes, I get bored and want to throw my phone away. Some games, like MMOs, I can play for hours grinding and I'm just fine.
Okay, so you're right. It does definitely depend on the platform, the genre. To me, with the exception of Marvel Puzzle Quest, I don't spend money on. I don't spend. I don't spend money on microtransaction games. Angelus Verto, up 30 minutes to 2 hours, depending on the game. Yes, Nudge, the puppy. Yes, you have asked, and yes, we do. And I have a very, very large collection, though it's out of date now. Okay, so for me,
does anime really go out of date?
I don't know. What would you? We're not going to get. Oh, let me. I'll go back to the anime thing in just a second. Let me
finish. Does a good Trolls Dickens book ever really go out of style? William Shakespeare, he's still not out of style.
Well, here, okay, fine. Let me get the microtransaction thing done.
Homer, you're still.
All right, Slick. Fuck.
Plato.
Shut up.
It's still red. Microtransactions,
microtransactions, right? For me, it all depends on the type of activity you're going to be doing through that grinding session. If I'm able to progress through the game, but you know, at an okay clip, like there's a game that has a lot of puzzle games are great examples of this, and they do it really, really well. The game I've been playing a lot of is a game called, excuse me, like I'm could chest it, Monster Busters Hexablast.
Ooh, Hexablasting.
Which is, you don't have to spend a dime on it, but you could buy more items to help you get through levels faster, and then to unlock other levels. But as you're playing through the game, especially if you play it, if you just log in each day, you'll gain enough money to, if you could get through all these levels to get to the next section, you can automatically just pay the coin currency and then unlock it.
Yeah. The other one I get too is if you have to start redoing stages over and over, that gets old to me also.
Right.
Because like a lot of those kind of like summoner type of games, you get through the first 10 levels without any problems, but then you have to start regrinding those levels that you already beat over and over and over, which to me gets boring because you're seeing the same exact sprites on the board for like an hour when you're trying to regrind that entire stupid stage. So that's the other time when grinding gets old, is when the assets that you're seeing on the screen become extremely repetitive. And that's when I hate that kind of grinding, when it's repetitiveness that's not varied or interesting. That's why I don't mind, like, for instance, MMO grinding as much, because you still have, that AI is doing different things on the screen based on what you do.
Right.
Especially like instances. Yes, you're grinding instances, but it's still interacting with the environment around you. Versus, say, like Hero Charge, where you have, like, one set of heroes against the other. If you ever to grind, level 6-4 over and over so you can beat 6-5, then that 6-4, you're seeing the same assets repeatedly to try to level up.
Right.
And that's where I get really bored, because there's absolutely zero really strategy during that stage.
So what would you, okay, so let's say that you have an RPG game where you have 4 characters, okay, and there's going to be grinding involved. Would you still be interested in the game if they had like a rotating daily challenge? Like there's 6 challenges every single day. Every single day it changes over. So sometimes you'll play, 2 in a week or whatever, and then you have some other options that.
Like what kind of RPG are we talking? Like, are we talking like the Hero Charge RPG? Are we talking like Diablo RPG?
No. I'm talking I'm guessing Hero Charge.
Okay, the one I was talking about.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of them try to do, is they try to add in what you're talking about, like daily rewards to basically have like kind of alternate routes for leveling up your character. But in the end, I've always found that same core mechanic where you're trying to level up to get from level 6-5 to 6-6. And on top of that, those alternate methods you mentioned tend to have very limited opportunities to use that method to level up unless you pay for gems. So that alternate method, yes, it's there, but say maybe you only get 2 turns a day to use that. Unless you start paying and now you can get more turns. So those alternate methods become very quickly restricted unless you're willing to pay.
Well, it sounds like a game that if you are, what was the name? Hero Charge?
Yes.
A game that you want to play that's a shit ton better than Hero Charge, or does it a shit ton better. I've never played Hero Charge, but from the sound of it, a game that you want to check out is Soul Hunters.
Okay.
As you play through the game, yes, there is some repetition because you're trying. You basically have characters that are leveling up through your actions in game or in the levels. There's 2 different versions of play. There's normal and there's heroic. Heroic gives you better items, but you can only go heroic in certain instances. But the thing is, there's like random items that get dropped, and sometimes those items are gems. You gain enough gems of a certain type because gems are associated to each hero character. If you gain enough gems of a character you already have, if you already have a character and you start getting gems, if you get enough of those, you can actually upgrade its quality.
Okay. And Hero Charge does have that kind of functionality.
Okay.
But a lot of those games, like that one, another one I have is called Summon or something. I can't actually read the last word on it.
Probably like Summoner Wars or something.
Yeah, Summon or something. But a lot of those have, and that's what annoys me, a lot of the microtransaction games, they all have that almost identical style of gameplay. And so, like, okay, I've played Hero Charge, I've played Summoner. After, like, playing for an hour, I'm like, wait, I played this before. Now I'm going to play the game you mentioned. It's like, wait, I played this game before. Different sprites, different, little nuances here and there. But in the end, they're all the same mechanics for those games.
We'll see. Real quick, Angelus Evertwo. For instance, in Fallout Shelters, there's a lot of managing to do that I find interesting and can waste a couple hours on. Yes, Fallout Shelter, I have completely weaned myself off of that, but I had to constantly check to make sure that...
You were really into that for a while.
I was. I just... At some point, those fucking goals that you were trying to obtain just got really repetitive. It's like, have 10... refugees pregnant. I'm like, that's I did that already, and it's a pain in the ass. Be one binary tuxedo. Giving random chance of an in-game currency is something often keeps me in games longer. Absolutely, I totally agree. Great example is Soul Hunter does it, and so does a game which, of course, I've bought a shit ton of game currency for. Marvel Puzzle Quest. Of course, they don't. For Marvel Puzzle Quest, the draw is once you game the new cool comic book card, you have like 6 days to be able to clear a spot. So either you remove a character already on your roster, which of course you're going to get burned for in the end, or you have enough hero coins to open up a new roster spot, then you can put it there. But the problem is you're probably not, unless you're playing non-stop, you're not going to be able to gain enough hero coins to open up that spot by the time that card expires. And when that card expires, it just immediately turns into ISO gems, which I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really use ISO gems much anymore because all my characters are basically maxed out. So
never played the game. Probably don't plan on it.
Yeah, it's Puzzle Quest, but with a Marvel theme, and of course, the catch with Marvel Puzzle Quest that characters this is the killer, and this is why you would be paying a lot of money. I don't pay for this, but when your character gets hurt in a round or in a match, that damage takes out of game time to replenish.
Okay.
So basically, out of party time, because you can still play the game, and let's say that you, like Wolverine is at 1 HP, and it's going to take 2.5 hours for him to get back to full.
You can heal him faster if you pay money.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, so you'll have a certain amount of health packs, but once they're gone, and they'll slowly, they'll replenish over time.
Okay.
But when you're trying to do something where you have a time limit, which is basically almost the entire game, there's a time limit. You want to try to heal them up as quickly as possible. So, we have great news for those individuals out there who are just dying to see the next World Championship of Smite.
Oh, goodness.
That, of course, ladies and gentlemen, is that there is a date for it. Actually, dates. The Smite World Championship, presented by Xbox One, will be January 7th through the 10th of 2016. Looks like they are going to... Do they have are they listed a venue?
For $1 million.
It'll be more than $1 million.
Cobb Energy
They're
Center.
at the Cobb Energy Center again.
It worked pretty well. It was a good. I liked it last year as a venue. It worked out just fine.
Oh God, it was awesome.
I mean, I don't know why they would want to move from there.
Angel Zeverto, Puzzle Quest is really good about offering situations to obtain things that are easier to buy but can be for free. Absolutely. D3, the developer, definitely jumped on the microtransaction bandwagon, but also knew where their roots lied or lay, whatever the proper term is, whatever.
Man, this has a lot of muscles.
I mean, because Puzzle Quest was around before microtransactions really took off. I've got Puzzle Quest 1, Puzzle Quest 2, Puzzle Quest Galactics, which was not a good game.
Aww.
I'm going to be honest with you. That one, well, actually, Puzzle Quest 2 wasn't really all that awesome because they decided to go like a 3D, three-quarter view type of feel to it. It's weird. And then it would just go into like battles back to the old one. You're just like, why don't you just stick with that? Whatever. Yeah, I like Puzzle Quest. I like that formula.
Fair enough.
Yes. So if you're in the Atlanta area, Smite World Championship, clear your calendar to January 7th through the 10th.
Do you think it'll go all the days? All 4 of them?
It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's a lot of Smite days.
I will probably watch the Thursday games through whatever streaming service they're going to be using, because who knows? They might be doing Twitch, and they might go over to YouTube.
I'm assuming it's still going to be Twitch. I'm assuming, but you never know. And I will probably, I might take like a half day on Friday
and watch the Friday matches. Be there all Saturday and all Sunday.
There you go.
Now, of course, it's way too early to find out who's going to be playing, but
They'll probably have like qualifiers and all that good
oh
stuff.
yeah, the qualifiers haven't happened yet. So
that should be good stuff.
yes, absolutely.
Oh, it'll also feature content from high-res studio and others games like Paladins and Jetpack Fighter.
I really want to play Paladins. It looks cool with the very little that they've shown, but it looks awesome. So what just happened this past weekend? PAX. And of course, I've heard that was an amazing, awesome time, and I really wish at some point in the future I can once again attend. What's happening this weekend, Zealeus?
DragonCon!
That is correct.
It's a big convention here in Atlanta, Georgia, downtown. Basically takes up like 4 hotels. And it's a really freaking big convention of geekdom. I mean, it's not like about games or anime. It's just like everything under the whole geekdom umbrella. I'm excited. We're doing Saturday morning. If anybody's in the Atlanta area, we're hitting up the parade. It starts at 10 a.m., which is free to attend, by the way. Totally free to go to the parade, which is going to be awesome. So I'm totally looking forward to DragonCon. Hopefully, I'm hoping to head there tomorrow after work to at least pick up my tickets and get a little bit acclimated with the surrounding area, because I've never done DragonCon. Grew up in the Atlanta area, but never went to DragonCon, and having lived in Minnesota the last 8 years.
Whoa, got the Minnesotan accent
Minnesota.
going too.
Yeah, you betcha, mate. But you like some moose with that. So, yes, I'll be at DragonCon this weekend doing it. Since I also know people at school now who are going to go to DragonCon.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to get everybody I work with at school to go to DragonCon, and only one person would go.
Boom!
I know what's wrong with these people.
Look, I was going to be there, but then,
chromosomes happen. So yes, I'm looking forward to this weekend. I did PAX. What was that? 4 years ago, 5 years ago with you?
Oh God,
Longer than that probably at this point.
No. 4 years ago?
Yeah, it was about 4 or 5 years ago. We did PAX, which was obviously big, but that's like just video games. And so with DragonCon being everything, I'm totally looking forward to it. I've heard it's pretty insane.
It is. When you go to DragonCon, the thing is, I've been to a bunch of PAX. PAXes?
PAXeasies?
PAXeasies?
PAXi?
What
PAXi!
What is the plural?
I think I'm going to go with PAXi.
Anyways, I've been to PAX Prime. I've been to PAXi several different times, and there was one year, actually 2 years, where either I couldn't go to PAX or they fell on different weekends, and I ended up going to DragonCon. I will tell you this. The first time I went to DragonCon, I was in so much shock because my definition of nerdom apparently is about this big, whereas DragonCon's definition of nerdom is like, I can't, my arms aren't even long enough.
And that's the feeling I get is, PAX is very specific, and if you miss your panel or something, there might not necessarily be something to do at PAX.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, okay, what am I going to do for the next hour and a half? Sit around my ass, I guess, and play Pokemon on my 3DS? Mm-hmm. Oh, there's anything wrong with that. Whereas at DragonCon, there's always something going on. Mm-hmm. Always. You can just walk around and find something to do. So from what I understand, that's the big difference with DragonCon. It's just huge. Just lots of people doing lots of crazy, geeky stuff. And I will be going as the 10th Doctor. I have my pinstripe soup ready to rock. Hopefully my friend remembers to bring the sonic screwdriver that I can remember. Wow, I totally said that terribly. Wow. Hopefully.
Do you want my sonic screwdriver?
Oh, the one I gave you? Yeah, that'd be perfect, actually. Then I know I have one. So I'm going to borrow the sonic screwdriver. So hopefully I don't know if I'm going to wear my all Chucks, because I know David Tennant wore Chucks, but I don't know if I can walk around for an entire day in Chucks and be able to, walk.
Dr. Scholl's gelling insoles, man.
I don't have any.
It's called, you got time to go to a drugstore or whatever.
I'm not into drugs, man. Don't get high on drugs, man. Get high on life.
DragonCon has one of the highest cosplay participation percentages in the country.
And I will be there.
Yes, I agree.
Yes. There's always one. higher.
Well, no. I think that, to be honest with you, Dragon Con is an amazing place if you want to see cosplay, and the vast majority of it being amazing and sometimes
People
very
watching.
unique. Definitely, people watching at Dragon Con is actually there are individuals who will come in and literally just like they'll find out when Dragon Con is, they'll get a hotel room and they'll literally sit at the hotel bar and just watch people all day.
That's kind of weird.
Or there could be individuals in town, say, who are at the Chick-fil-A kickoff, who are smashed ass drunk and are just wandering around looking at all the cosplayers.
That works too. And then they're very confused. You know, people from the football fiefdom come see the geek parade. They're like, I don't understand. What's going on?
No.
Who are these weird people, man?
No. See well, for better or for worse, those who do not understand cosplay, nerddom, geekdom, whatever the proper term is these days, they actually find it just humorous to show up to the parade. It's kind of a joke to them because they could see how goofy some people look.
Okay, well, let's go a little bit with this route.
Okay.
Because over at lunch one day, we were talking about somehow people got into a discussion of LARPing. And a couple of people at the lunch table were making pretty derogatory remarks about people who LARP.
Okay.
Like, those people who dress up in costumes. Those people were weird, man. So I definitely still think that, yes, there's going to be people who are genuinely interested in the outside looking in. But I still definitely think there is that stigma of, people who get really into it and do the dressing up and or LARPing. And I've seen it firsthand where people are like, oh man, that's just weird that people do that. And I try to jump in and be like, well, not really. It's no different than you going and being hardcore into football and going to a baseball game every night. It's just what people's interest is. So I definitely still think there's still a bit, from certain people, a bit of that stigma as far as certain being very involved in certain geeky things.
To be honest with you, you could do, and I was trying to type while Zealeus talked. I was basically asking the audience, would you say, I know that Dragon Con has a very high percentage of cosplayers. Would you say that anime conventions have the highest percentage of cosplayers? Because in my experience, the times that I have gone to anime conventions, unfortunately by myself, which is a terrible idea. Never go to an anime convention by yourself, especially if you're not cosplaying. If you're cosplaying, you can get away with it because you'll find yourself a group and you'll just hang out with them. But cosplay, it's that, you go as a group and you have a shit ton of, amazing experiences. I do want, so, people, when people make fun of cosplayers or LARPers or whatever, and because they really don't understand what's going on. If you want to go to the jock route, it's based. Yes, AWA is a great example for anime conventions. A great example to fit the jock stereotype is, well, why do you have a problem with us dressing up as our favorite character, or putting armor and fighting fights in a world that allows us to get away from ourselves when every single Saturday you were painted from head to toe bright blue with glitter.
I agree, yeah.
Angela Severto, anime conventions tend to have a higher percentage than Comic Cons, in my opinion. Yes. And then, of course, Andrew, Whacked Kid 47, my friends say you got to go to that one in a group.
And that makes sense because it seems like if you're into anime and you're going to anime conventions, most of the time, they're very dedicated to the genre.
Absolutely.
You could be a casual comic book fan and just go to a comic book convention and whatever, but those anime fans, man, they get into anime.
Oh, yeah.
It's just one group who just, they get into their hobby.
Well, the very interesting thing that I found at the anime convention was it really wasn't about anything other than just having an excuse to come together and basically compare notes about your fandoms, your likes, your dislikes, the costume you decide to wear. What do you think was the best? What was the best? What worked best for some people, what didn't. It's really weird. I mean, yeah, they've got like anime viewings going on and some other stuff, but the emphasis is really on just like the people merging or talking.
I remember what was the first one I went to? It was Canuga. And I swear, like, half the cosplayers were dressed up from Attack from Titan. Like,
Yes.
just pure, not just the anime cosplayers, just in general. Like, half the cosplayers were Attack on Titan. Look, nothing wrong with that. It was just kind of like, huh.
Nakamoto Sochi says, what kind of cons are best to pick up single chicks?
You know, it's funny, actually. Okay, not funny, but so one of the people who I'm going with is a female, and she's going with another group of ladies. I'm like the random token guy, and she sent out a group Facebook text to us to basically be like, hey, go, have fun, cosplay, whatever, but be wary because there are going to be people out there, both guys and girls, who are going to be super creepy at you.
Mm-hmm.
And try to, shall I say, take advantage of the situation. But she also, because she had maybe experienced this once or twice, she also pointed out that by and large, your convention compatriots, not if they don't have the people you came with,
right?
But just in general, if somebody starts being like totally creepy towards you, all you have to do is say to like some random person around you, be like, dude, this person's being a jackass. Yeah. And like these group of people like come to your rescue. So it's one of those things where like there's very much that kind of community spirit to make sure that people aren't jackasses.
Nazca 47, hotel cons, yes. Yeah, I mean, that would probably be...
Actually, you know what that reminds me of?
Go.
So, PAX.
Yes.
The PAX I went to with Charlie, the first one, you know, Charlie and I, it wasn't at the hotel, but we were attached to the hotel in our PAX. Mm-hmm. And so we went to the hotel. We went to the hotel bar after PAX. Mm-hmm. And I'm one of those people, I can never pick up a chick to save my life. It just does not happen. Nope. So what are we doing at the bar? We start, you know, there's a couple of guys next to us. We start chatting, whatever, good times. And we're getting ready to leave. So the guy's like, so, you want to come up to my room? I'm like, really? I can't like have like a nice, attractive lady friend having this with? No, it has to be the gay guy. And I really don't care.
There's anything wrong with it.
No, I don't care that gay guys hitting me. It really does not bother me.
But it is ironic.
Like, it is ironic that I cannot have that happen with a female. Only guys.
Mm-hmm. C. Campbell, Dragon Con is so heavy on cosplay to its credit. It might be the best part of Dragon Con. The thing is, when you
thank you, Naka Shobi.
Thank you, Craig, for congratulating me on my new addition. For those of you who don't know, real quick, my wife and I just had our second child. He is less than a week old, and he is awesome.
Well, it's pretty hard to screw up your life under this young. I mean, I'm just saying, you know, he still has a few years to give you more gray hair.
Well, I just need both the kids to get a little bit older, and then we can start doing some pencil and paper RPG.
There you go. And I think I know the perfect pen and pencil RPG to play with them.
Merton's Acquisition?
Yeah! I'm just saying. That could be a good creative, non-THACO related pen and pencil.
When am I going to dress him up in baby cosplay?
Never.
Okay, so...
Charlie's never done cosplay, so how is he going to dress us up a baby in cosplay?
So,
although they're wearing his Zelda shirt.
No, see, okay. You would first have to convince my wife to allow one of my kids to come to a convention. That would be a feat in itself. I would love to have my kids stop by at some point during a convention.
I'm just saying, Canuga, we had Vitamin Geek next to us. Mm-hmm. The baby was Bear, and Bear was having a great time. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. It was successful.
It was. Speaking of conventions, just a little update for everyone out there who's interested in finding out where Ultra Confusion is going to be giving panels.
I should probably pay attention to this.
Yes, you should, because you're presenting in all three.
I might bring my alter ego.
Right, okay. Interesting. So the first one is going to be Canuga. We have a fan table locked up, and we've submitted both our panels.
Rock on.
I'm pretty sure that we'll the first panel, of course, will be grandfathered in because it's been pretty good for the entire time we've done Canuga. So Canuga. Andocon. Board game.
We
just got to wait for Ando to come back from his birthday
Bash in Texas.
Yep, Bash in Texas. And then, of course, MomoCon.
MomoCon!
Which the panels do not officially... The panel submission doesn't officially open up until September, mid-September.
Okay.
So, because it is already September. I know, it's weird.
Man.
It just dawned on me that it is September.
Paid
So
your mortgage.
we will... It's auto-deducted.
Yeah.
Thank you for the concern, though. So we will be submitting our
I want to
two
have a
panels.
place to come eat dinner every Thursday.
Now,
otherwise.
I know that Zealeus and I had made mention of potentially trying to go to South Carolina Comic-Con, but we have been given word that they ask individuals to do the panels. They don't take submissions.
Wow.
So we probably do not have the clout to pull that one off. So I may try to find another convention. If any of you audience members have a convention that you think would be a perfect fit for Alter Confusion anytime next year, preferably maybe like summertime, because we're really front heavy because Canuga's in February, Endocon is in April, and MomoCon's in May.
Sounds right.
So we would love to do like a convention maybe in like July or August. Yes, I know Dragon Con is there. And we'll submit our stuff to Dragon Con again. But here's a fun and nasty thing for all those individuals. King Kong in Warner Robins, Georgia in December. Actually, I think that's at the I think it's at the Airplane Museum. But if you are available, come December in Warner Robins, King Kong Con, Jesus, Mergers and Acquisitions will be there. So if you have missed out thus far on being able to play said game, which Zealeus and I definitely played, and we are very excited to potentially play again. So Craig, you know, and in the future, we will try to reach out to you and find a time to maybe play test a little bit more. But yeah, definitely check that out. I actually had King Kong on my list, but I hadn't. But because it was this year, it's too soon, especially with the baby. February is probably the soonest I can do a convention outside of Siege, which of course is the Georgia Game Developers Association.
Do you have Cheeto fingers?
Do I have Cheeto fingers?
I don't understand.
I don't know. Is it because I'm fidgety? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm half European, so I talk with my hands a lot.
Or I'm playing with what looks like a wet nap cleaner, because I have to be.
It is a wet nap cleaner. It's not what looks like. It is.
No, it's actually a glasses cleaner. There's a big difference.
It's wet nap. It's a wet.
You wouldn't use your wet nap. They get it at like a barbecue place on your glasses. It would not do a very good job of cleaning off the smudge marks.
It might.
It would leave more smudges than it cleans off.
It would do a better job than licking your lenses.
Who licks their lenses?
A lot of people do.
That's weird.
Whatever, dude.
Weird, man.
Oh,
Charlie has another brainstorm.
Oh, shit, I was going to say something else.
Real
quick, for those individuals who are watching
it's
this
never real quick
live, shut up. For those individuals out there who are watching this live, and of course those who are going to be watching the recording, which of course can be found on www.altered, ALTERED, Confusion.
Or they could just read our logo in the lower left-hand corner. I'm just saying.
Spell, the logo. Just Altered Confusion. www.alteredconfusion.com.
Or as I do, you just Google everything and type in Altered Confusion at Google.
Or you can go to our YouTube channel, which is Altered Confusion LLC, all one word. We are, as I stated earlier in this broadcast, we are extending the prize contest because we've had so many issues with people trying to input. Basically submit stuff. So to give you an update, though, there was one individual who has won a prize. So we are down to where we were at 4. We're down to 3.
Okay. So I still have a chance to win 3 free passes.
Okay, no, you're going to be at all 3 of the conventions already. So
I know, but I want my free pass.
You have a free pass.
But I want another free pass that I can give to my friends.
Okay, anyways, the 3 prizes that are left are a pass to Andocon.
Andocon, which you want to go to.
It's in Atlanta, so remember, it's just the pass. It's the full convention pass. So it's for all the days, but it's just the pass.
Can they stay in your basement?
No.
Okay.
The second one, actually, I should have gone in reverse here because Canuga, that pass is still up for grabs. Once again, only the pass for the entire duration of Canuga. And the third one is a 3-month subscription to IndieBox. Congratulations to the individual who won the MomoCon.
Wait. I don't get the 3-month subscription to IndieBox. Why can't I win that? Because I don't get that by default.
You see what logo you're wearing on your t-shirt? And please, for the love of God, do not take off your shirt right now. That makes you ineligible.
According to what bylaws?
The bylaw of Charlie.
Not a real thing.
It is a real thing.
Nope.
I can make up shit off the top of my head.
I know, that's why it's not real.
And I'm enforcing it now.
You're a mean man.
So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, we love to hear from you, the audience, about topics that you want to bring up. So, at any time, you can please, hit us up. Campbell says, getting back to cosplay, the Nerdburger podcast features photos and interviews with a variety of cosplayers. Nerdburgershow.com, episode 76. Now, of course, for those individuals out there who are trying to find out more information on mergers and acquisitions, you can go to Nerdburger Game. Is it game or games?
Show.
No. For the... Hold on.
I'm sure he'll just tell us because we just asked
I know.
on national TV.
I wish it was national TV.
And what I was asking, is anybody in the audience actually going to Dragon Con, or does anybody actually live in the Atlanta to be able to go to Dragon Con? I'm just kind of curious. Just for fun.
I think it's Nerdburger Games.
See, this is where Google's great, because you just Google Nerdburger Game, you here's the first link, and you copy and paste.
It's nerdburgergames.com.
There you go. See, I know you can do it.
See? And he, of course, put it in there just as I was figuring it out.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Because he knows his URL. He's an amazing man.
Yes, of course. You got to be smart to be able to come up with your own pencil and paper RPG.
Well, most of the time.
Nice.
There you go. I never watched RWBY. It's on my Netflix list, and it gets like recommended to me every once in a while. But I don't know anything about it because I never actually watched it. So I'm like, maybe one of the days we'll actually have to watch it. Have you watched it?
I have not. Nuts Puppy, no. Unfortunately, they're going to miss out on Dragon Con, but they're going to MechaCon.
MechaCon? I was really impressed. You were at the Battle and Brew at the Harry Potter trivia. We met the chick who does like the crazy stilt cosplays. That's pretty cool. She goes to like ones like oriented around like steampunk because she has stilt. Like when she goes as like this crazy like animal type of thing, and it's literally like 15 feet tall.
Dear God.
Because she's in stilts, and it's just like, it's totally badass looking.
Oh, it's made by Rooster Teeth, and it's really good.
Oh.
Hold on.
I don't know who Rooster Teeth is either.
Seriously? You don't know who Rooster Teeth is? Man! I'm taking your nerd card away.
Anime is not in my sphere of nerdism.
It's not anime.
What is
Rooster Teeth? It's not anime.
What is it then?
Oh my God. Actually, this probably did not go across your bridge, as it were, because you were never really into Halo, but they did Red vs. Blue.
Oh yeah, I never played Halo. I was a TF2 person.
All right, so Whacked Kid 47 asked, what was the biggest convention you guys went to? And also, you want to talk about MonsterCon.
Okay, so the biggest convention I went to is PAX. Now soon DragonCon.
DragonCon is the biggest one I've gone to. Actually, Alta Confusion had a fan table there 1 year. So I actually worked. I was stuck behind my table the entire time. And then, of course, I went to DragonCon 1 year where I just wandered around aimlessly, and that was a lot of fun, too.
Yes, Nakamoto. I love TF2 on the PC, But I played so much that I now have literally, I'm not kidding, carpal tunnel in my wrist from playing TF2 way too damn much.
He has to wear, the weird.
Like when I go to bed, if I play my video games too much, I really have to wear a wrist brace because it's not good. But I love.
You just need to train more.
No, I don't. No, that will not help my cause.
Fine, just get some anabolic steroids and some HGH. I'm sure you'll be fine.
One of these days I'll actually have to see a doctor for it, but until then, I'll survive. Basically anything with Twitch speed on. That's why I play actually a lot of MMOs, because you actually don't need like Twitch skill for a lot of MMOs. Mm-hmm. And every once in a while I'll go back and play like a MOBA, and after like 2 hours of play, I'm like, ow.
Wacky Kid 47, MonsterCon, real quick for all those individuals out there. MonsterCon is dead.
No! Actually, yes.
The founder decided to kill it off after having a hell of a bumpy experience this past year, which was interesting and unique when you ran into anyone who went to MonsterCon, because there was all kinds of different feelings about it. So, yeah.
Basically, the consensus is it did not go well.
No.
And we did do a video. We did a live, actually, podcast that night, which is on YouTube, of most of our thoughts. Mm-hmm. And then there's quite a nice little conversation on YouTube about our thoughts and feelings.
Indeed.
And there's also some stuff on Ultra Confusion. But the gist of it is things could have gone better at MonsterCon.
Yes. And
people maybe took constructive criticism a little bit too personally. And it just became a giant conflagration of crap and internet drama, because it's the internet, and internet plus people equals drama.
See, here's the deal. At Ultra Confusion, when we give you our opinion, our review, whatever, we're giving you exactly what we think, but in a constructive way. Going to be totally honest with you, and the individual behind Andocon, the individual behind Ando,
yes.
The first 2 years that I gave a review of Andocon, the first official Andocon year, and then the second one, he took it really hard and was, got really pissed at me. But he's now coming out and thanked us for being so honest, because it's helped him find out where the flaws are in certain aspects. Let's see here. Wise Kid 47. I mean, we all know how MonsterCon was, but yeah. Please, Master, opinions on Dark Souls. I am sorry. I have a hard enough time playing regular games. Dark Souls and Demon Souls and all those games, they are actually phenomenal if you put a shit ton of time into them. The amazing thing and the I guess the frustrating thing is when you make mistakes, that's what causes you to die. It's not bad programming. It's not a cheap collision box.
It's not RNG, random number generator.
Right. It's not random number generator. If you die, it's because, well, you screwed up. So in that aspect, I love it. But unfortunately, I'm never going to be coordinated enough and have enough time to actually gain the skill required to really get into that game or any of that genre.
If I think about a game like Demon Souls, if you ever watch like somebody do like a speed run, as much as you can do a speed run through Demon Souls, is to make it look so bloody easy.
Oh god,
you watch, I'm like, dude, I can do this. This is NBD, no big deal. And then you actually play, you're like, wait, oh shit.
Yeah.
I've never really played Demon Souls myself. Yeah, I play MMOs, so.
It's. I mean, technically, there is a multiplayer aspect to it, and it's really good. I mean, I get my ass whooped. That's the I guess the end result.
It happens. It happens in video games.
Yeah.
Top 3 MMOs of all time.
Ooh. Zealeus is all you, man.
I'd have to go with World of Warcraft at the top. Mm-hmm. Mainly, honestly, from vanilla, it's because of the whole nostalgia factor. You look back at those 40-man raids with Molten Core and Blackwing Lair and Nax and all that shit, and it's kind of the idea of rose-tinted glasses. You look back like, man, those were the days. But now if you tried playing old school World of Warcraft now, it's like, what the hell? This is so bloody dated. So that's one. I absolutely loved Rift. One of my favorite class ever in the MMO is the Chloromancer, because you heal for doing damage to enemies. So I absolutely had a blast with that character. And Rift. I stopped playing Rift after it went free to play by Tron Worlds. But I played when it's paid subscription, and then also now I play Final Fantasy XIV Heaven's Sword, formerly known as Realm Reborn.
So, okay, so you've listed all those. So your top 3.
Those are my top 3.
You listed 4, didn't you?
What was my 4th? World of Warcraft,
Yep.
Rift, and then Final Fantasy XIV.
I swear that you had another one. Oh,
I may say Final Fantasy XIV Heaven's Sword, formerly known as Realm Reborn.
Okay, so for me...
and I did like Guild Wars 2. The problem I ran into with Guild Wars 2 is I got to whatever the top level is, level 80, and one of the things I've kind of been trained to do in MMOs is look for in-game content, usually in the form of raiding. When I got to the top level of 80 in Guild Wars 2, granted the game had been out for a month at the time, there just was not a whole lot of in-game content. Basically, other than grinding for mats to basically build your own better armor. So for me, I got to the top level of Guild Wars 2 and got kind of bored of what there was to do in the game. So it was I greatly enjoyed leveling up in Guild Wars 2. Most MMOs, it's kind of a struggle to get to that top level. Like, all right, I'll grind another level of killing stupid basilisks. Versus Guild Wars 2, it's actually fun to go to different lands, discovers that I love vistas. Vistas are awesome. And the way they do the leveling structure and then the active live story. Is that what they call it? The live story? Living story. The living story in Guild Wars 2. So Guild Wars 2 does a lot of things right in MMOs. It just wasn't just right for me, though.
To be totally honest with you, I don't have a top 3 MMOs. I could probably tell you the MMOs I've played and I've enjoyed for a little bit. I'm a huge fan of being able to strike out on your own adventure. I love the environment that MMOs give you. They give you an open world where you've got quests and you can do stuff. But the problem is there are too many jackholes that screw people over, or maybe I just find them every single time I play an MMO. So if I'm forced to group within the first 3 hours, I'm never going to play that MMO.
Yeah.
And
the other thing I liked about Guild Wars 2, right, the leveling is you had that whole, I don't know what the technical term for it is, but basically that heart system. So you didn't have to go get a level of, quest of go kill 10 basilisks over there. You just had those little hearts you had to go fill up. And it felt like you were accomplishing something by filling up all those stupid hearts on that map. And I did like that for the leveling up. I heard, I don't know how Rift is since it's gone free to play. Another pretty decent, if you like MMOs to get into, that's free to play, that works pretty well in free to play, is Dungeons & Dragons Online. By, I think it's Turbine. I played that up again.
Yes, I think so. The same guys behind Lotro, Lord of the Rings Online.
And Lotro is a good game too. Those are pretty good MMOs to get into. You can do free to play. You can buy stuff. Yeah, because the stuff you buy is actually worthwhile. Like I bought a horse, a mount, so I can get around faster. You didn't have to. You could grind for it, or you could buy the damn mount to just get around faster. So those are good MMOs to get into also if you want to try the free to play. And I like it because you can try it out a pretty decent number of levels before you really felt compelled to actually buy anything. So those are pretty fun. Yeah, I like DDO. I liked it. I just got bored of it.
And that's really, I mean, that's Zealeus's. Did you keep that? Really? That's your MO. You basically play it until you get bored of it.
That happens quite a lot, yeah.
Ark Survival Let's see. Have you seen Ark Survival Evolved? And if so, what are your thoughts on it?
I know nothing about Ark Survival Evolved. I just... You're asking all about the games that we don't play, unfortunately. See, I'm mostly into MMOs, and then you got, unless it's like a BioWare game, and then you got Charlie over here who all plays indie games.
Because that's Ultra Confusion's main focus is to play and review independently developed games to give you, the audience, a better understanding of these amazing games that might be flying a little bit underneath the radar because of the not so deep marketing budget pockets. I'm sorry. As I've stated before, I am so zombied out at this point.
I think we're carrying along quite well, though, with your zombie state of being. You know, it could have been straight out of the days, I guess. I don't know.
Indeed.
Yeah. I did play Defiance also. Did you mention Defiance?
No, I have not defined.
You never listed your MMO. You don't
No,
really
no,
play.
I
You
did
really
not.
mentioned you're not really, but Defiance is a pretty fun one. The thing I got into Defiance is, to me at least, in Defiance, again, just a single player, free to play. Defiance is very easy to do free to play. I never really felt compelled to buy anything in Defiance, but I felt like particularly the enemies got extremely repetitive. I just felt like it just, okay, I sniped this guy in the head 50 times. They have a different name, and they might have like a different color coat on, but everything else is identical. I just felt like there was a lot of repetitiveness in Defiance when it came to like the environment and the sprites on screen. So for me, that's where it got a little bit. But it is mechanically speaking, as far as the gameplay, it was a fun game to play.
Ark Survival.
Trine. I played the first Trine.
There's a third one now.
Wow, the first Trine I really enjoyed.
I felt like the third one they did. Did they lose their, or I feel like they went like extra indie for the third one. I don't know why, but
yeah, that was
I've played the first two, and of course I like them. They are puzzle based physics games.
It's fun. I do like games like that, like those. But my problem with puzzle games, I don't have a good reason for them. I never beat them. I'll play them for a couple of hours, put it down, and never pick it up. I just have a hard time getting really hooked into puzzle games that keep my attention for like multiple days. It's not because I ever find anything wrong with them, like, oh, I didn't like the game for this. My attention wavers when it comes to puzzle games.
Is that flashy enough?
I honestly don't have a good reason for it.
Is it that you don't get that instantaneous?
That may be part of it, because MMOs, you do get that instantaneous, or hell, FPSs. You get that instantaneous gratification.
Boom, headshot.
Yes, you get that boom in your face. Versus puzzle, it's like, congratulations, you've moved over a screen, which is fine and great, but some of that instantaneous gratification it's different.
NASCAR 47. I'll have to check out Ark Survival Evolved. Find out more information about that. Speaking of Kickstarter games, there is a game that Ultra Confusion is definitely behind. That, of course, is Larry Elmore, Snarf Quest Tales. Once again, Snarf Quest is based off of a comic that was found originally in Dragon Magazine, which is Dungeons and Dragons. It's about the adventures of Snarf, and now Selic Block Studios is making a digital version of it. They have 4 days to go, so there's still time to back this project, and I highly recommend that you do. I have at a very high level. I'm not going to give away exactly how much, but
$1 million.
I wish I had $1 million. If I did, I'd probably make my own game, but that's besides the point. They are literally
$1,527.
Thank you.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the game that also has the narrator from Cinema Sins lending a helping voice.
Honest Trailers, yes.
Honest Trailers. So I get all those. There's like a whole genre of YouTube trailer things, and
they've got some other voice actors too. I just don't remember off the top of my head, but I know that was the big announcement.
And that alone makes it like,
yeah, solid game. It looks really, really solid and should be interesting. Definitely check that out. What's the one other thing we need to say?
Shoot, I don't remember. DragonCon!
I feel like there was something else we were supposed to say, but I don't remember. So this is what I'm going to... Did you guys see Halo 5 trailer with Nathan Fillion? No. But I've already pre-ordered Halo 5 because I'm very hopeful that they continue the really good storytelling from Halo 4.
Hopefully it's more than just a tutorial for the multiplayer.
Well, it wasn't for 4, so I would assume that they will continue that tradition.
That's what I'm saying, hopefully. I hope it does not become Call of Duty. I'm just saying, I'm hopeful.
Yes, I know Call of Duty has a storyline. For those out there like, no, there's no storyline. Slow your roll. No, I haven't seen the trailer. I need to see it. It's coming out in October, so it's coming soon. And fascinating, a little bit of information. Halo 5 is going to be the reason why my dad buys an Xbox One. My dad is an FPS fiend. He actually okay. So there's different levels of FPS individuals.
Yes.
I find myself as more of a normal, maybe even casual FPSer. I don't go out of my way to find FPSs, but when there are good, solid titles, I'll definitely play them. My dad, on the other hand, he'll find whatever FPS works for him, and then he'll just grind through it with and constantly be increasing the difficulties. Like, oh man, I was playing Gears of War 3 yesterday and had it on the highest setting. And I tell you what, those guys, you take one shot to the head, you die. And I'm like, oh, so how much time have you spent on this stage? Oh, it's only been 4 hours.
That's the insanity god deity level, yeah.
Right, exactly. So when Halo 5 comes out, I'm sure I told my dad. He's like, well, when Halo 5 comes out, I'll need to buy an Xbox One. I'm like, Dad, wait a little bit longer. There'll be a Halo 1 bundle. Buy it then.
Good call. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm still not buying a new console.
I know you're not.
I have my PC Master Race.
Gonna be honest with you. The only way that Zealeus gets a new console is I give it to him for Christmas.
This is true, and I think at this point probably getting me one for Christmas and getting a PS4 or Xbox One would honestly be a waste of money for me.
Well, that's why we switched over to Keurig.
This is true, and the Keurig and the Ouya still gets usage. So the Ouya works. The Ouya works for me. But as far as a $300 console, I'd rather just get a new graphics card.
Well, there you go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately we are reaching near the end of the live broadcast, which of course happens from 8 p.m. Eastern Time to 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time. But I do want to take this opportunity to give you some of the information that you might be looking for trying to catch up with us for any Ultra Fusion stuff. So let me throw that on here. I apologize, I did not, pre-up this. Oh man, it's...
There you go.
There we go.
Oh no!
Oh, you piece of shit.
Windows 7 did not auto maximize.
All right. We can do this. No! Ah!
Wait. Okay, move it to where it's supposed to go. I got it. Move it to where it's supposed to go.
Yep.
Right there. Perfect.
Right there. Okay, so here's how you find us. Our website, www.ultraconfusion.com. Facebook is Ultra Confusion. Twitter is UltraConfusio. Yes, I know it's not Ultra Confusion. That was actually too many letters. I don't know if we could probably correct that at this point. YouTube and Twitch TV, which of course is what we're broadcasting right now. But for those individuals out there who are watching the video, that's where our live show is. I do want to make mention of one thing, and of course I just forgot it as soon as I said it. What were you just saying?
What's where to find us?
Oh, so actually, let's go back to that real quick. Okay, so once again, we are still doing the contest. We have 3 more prizes for up for grabs. So if you want to be considered for any of the prizes, once again they are a full pass for Kanuga. Once again, just the pass, no airfare, no room aboard. Free pass to Andocon, same thing, and a 3-month subscription to IndieBox, which of course is an amazing. It's basically Loot Crate for those of you who don't know what IndieBox is. I hope you know what Loot Crate is. If you don't know that, basically, IndieBox is this wonderful box you get in the mail every single month that is it's based around a specific independently developed game, and you get a bunch of extras, be it soundtrack. Sometimes there's wristbands, sometimes there's socks, sometimes there's stickers. It just depends on. There's a bunch of awesome stuff. So definitely check out the IndieBox. Actually, just Google IndieBox for Zealeus. When are you going? When are you going to do YouTube gaming? We were going to. I was actually going to give YouTube gaming a test drive, and then of course
A big sport.
I didn't anticipate how much I wanted to focus on the new baby and, of course, my son as we try to transition to a, let's see. Hello, the Jacob JJ99. Unfortunately, you are right at the end of our show, so catch us next week on Twitch, or of course, you can check us out on one of these wonderful things.
So the moral of the story is we will be looking into YouTube gaming.
Yes, we will.
I did look at YouTube gaming, and I already say I prefer YouTube gaming to Twitch.
As a viewer.
As a viewer, yes. As a streamer, we will be finding out.
Sorry.
I know, it's a word!
But have no fear, the Jacob JJ99. I'll be rendering this entire broadcast. It'll be posted on Ultra Confusion. Once again, here's the link right here to the website, and you can catch all that we talked about this week. And of course, you can find all the great and awesome information that we give you every single week from the actual website, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all that jazz. So at this point, we want to thank all of you for tuning in to the Ultra Fusion Thursday Night Hangout. For myself, Charlie, and Zealeus, it's been a pleasure to give you the crazy stuff coming out of our minds. I apologize profusely for not being as prepared as I should have been, but, new baby will do that. But until next time, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next week at, once again, 8 p.m. Eastern Time to 9:15.
7 o'clock Central Time.
Whatever. So it's an hour and a half. It's an hour and 15-minute show. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother.